Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great night. I hope you're able to relax. I am Clarity ASMR, and today I am going to be doing some controller sound and Pokeballs. You'll see. Alright, so one of the controllers I have with me is a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Controller. Now, this is one of my favorite controllers. I like the way it looks. I love how clear it is. It feels super comfortable, and the buttons just have a nice, satisfying, little click to them. It's not like the Xbox controller where you press it down and it has some travel to it. This one, just one click. I think it's really satisfying. The buttons are slightly looser, and the whole thing is pretty much made of plastic, but it doesn't feel like it'd be bad quality. I think it's actually a good quality controller. The buttons are clicky, but I do wish that they felt a little better. I don't know. I think plastic for the buttons just kind of feels a little weird. The joysticks, they're very smooth and they feel great. The way that they added the ridges around the controller. And there's the little groove indent for your thumbs to go in. I think it's a very well designed controller. The only problem I have with it is that the travel, or I guess the resistance on the controller's thumbsticks is a little bit too high for my liking. I'm used to the Xbox and it's a lot smoother whenever I turn the thumbstick, but I don't think it feels that bad. I just wish it was a little lighter. The next controller I have is the Xbox controller. This is the Xbox One S controller that came with my Xbox. It's very similar to the Pro controller. I guess the Pro controller is similar to this. But I really like the design of these controllers where the one thumbstick is up and the other one is down. To me, that just feels more natural than having the buttons up here. These buttons, I think they're also kind of like plastic here. Yeah, plastic. But it feels different than the Switch buttons. Oh, and these have a little bit more of a curve to them, while these switches are a little flatter. So these just feel a lot more comfortable when you're pressing buttons constantly in a video game. As I mentioned, the Xbox joysticks, I feel like they tend to have little resistance on them. I didn't talk about the D-pad, but I also really like the D-pad on this. Just the way that it concaves into the controller. It just feels like my thumb can rest easier on it. And this one also has indents or grooves inside of the thumbstick to put your thumb in and just overall keep it a lot more comfortable. The bumpers are very clicky. I don't know, I think this is a little too much on the clicky side. I like the switches because they just feel softer. It doesn't have it. The click is softer. It doesn't feel so. You hear it? a controller would have for having that much travel. I never personally agreed with that in video games, because at least for shooters, I play Rainbow Six Siege, and speed is key. And so when you have this much travel on a controller, I just feel like you can lose gunfights a lot quicker. The next controller I have, give me 1 second, and this is my least favorite one, believe it or not, the Joycons. I am not a fan of the Joycons because, and if you own a Switch, I'm sure you know about this, the controller drift, the joystick drift is so bad on the Joy-Cons. I'll be playing any game and I move it up and the character just stays going up. Sometimes I just let it go and the character moves on its own. It's horrible. It's horrible. I do like the design of the Joy-Cons. I think they look amazing. I think for the most part they feel natural. I will say I don't like the joysticks. So while the other ones had a concave to them and an indent so that your thumbs rested better, this one actually, I forgot what the opposite of concave is. Convex. I think it is. I don't remember. Anyhow. Sorry, that's my fish tank. 1 sec. Sorry about that. So the thumbstick sticks out, and so I feel like that pushes into your thumb, and so it doesn't feel comfortable whenever you're holding them and playing for long periods of time. Also, they're much flatter, and I don't like that because it doesn't feel like when it rests in your palms, it feels like it sticks too much into my palm, and I just personally don't like that. I still love the Joy-Con controllers. I just wish that they were, I guess, built better, had a better quality of life. I also wish that these little buttons in here stuck out a little more. But I understand why they don't, just simply because of when they gotta go back inside the Switch, they can't stick out too much that it doesn't allow it to go back in. And I guess that's why they have the straps that you can just slide in, and that makes it, it allows you to, I guess, press the buttons better. Overall, still beautifully designed. The buttons are very clicky. I think this has a little bit of the same problem as the bumpers on the Xbox. Just the bumpers on this one are very satisfyingly clicky, but the triggers, you can hear the mechanical springs on them. It just doesn't sound good. Sorry. Another problem with the Joy-Cons have, and I'm sure you've noticed if you haven't, they just don't move much. I mean, while the other ones can freely go out and inwards, this one just kind of stays in the middle and just, I guess, moves kind of like up and down in different directions, but it doesn't actually have like full freedom of around the actual controller. I don't know. I love this controller. I just wish it was better. Now, is a hobby of mine, and I've spent so much money on them. And at one point, they were selling tins with Pokeballs and cards inside of them, and I thought it was the coolest thing, and so I bought a bunch of them and collected them, as many as I could. And I'm going to show them off. One of them is this one. It is a Premier Ball. Sorry, that was loud. A Premier Ball. These Pokeballs are made out of plastic. They are prone to getting indented if you put pressure on them, but they are wonderfully made. I love the way they look, and they also, I don't want to be too loud with this, they also open up inside to carry the coin and the Pokemon bags that come in them, but I like to use them to put stuff inside, and but I don't have anything in here right now because I didn't want to make too much noise with these. But this one is the Premier Ball. And you get that Pokeball in the games whenever you buy a set of 10 Pokeballs from the mart. This one is a Great Ball. It has a higher chance to catch than a regular Pokeball, and that's really about it. I tend to not use these in games, just simply because I mean, why go with the Great Ball when you can just go with an Ultra Ball? The only time that I use Great Ball is if I don't have Ultra Balls, or if I'm catching a Kyogre, simply because color coordination. The next ball I have is a Dive Ball. This Pokeball, I believe, works better for catching Pokemon that are underwater. Now, its use for catching Pokemon underwater is only in, I believe, the 3rd generation games. Ruby and Sapphire, I think that's the only one that you go in underwater. And so, this Pokeball doesn't really have much use besides in that game. But it has a higher chance of catching Pokemon that are underwater. And I think it's a really cool design Pokeball, because, I mean, with the blue and the white, it just kind of looks like a splashing wave. Splashing water. Alright. The next one I have is a Dusk Ball. This one has got to be one of my favorite Pokeballs. This one has a higher chance of catching a Pokemon in the game when it's in the cave or in the dark at night. I think the design is really cool. I think I might just like it a lot because it's black and green, and I love black. I love green. Mix them both together. Beautiful, beautiful. French kiss. But yeah, this one's, I think, my favorite designed Pokeball, and it's my favorite one to use. I just wish it had more uses besides in the caves, but at least it works better at night as well. The next one I have is the iconic red and white Pokeball. I mean, it's iconic. Come on, you can't go wrong with this one. This one was also the first one I bought. When I first saw them, I was debating on which one to buy, and I was just like, you know what? I gotta go with this one. It's classic. It's great. It looks beautiful. I mean, amazing. And so, I'm definitely, like, this one's my, while the Dusk Ball is my favorite designed one, this one's my favorite one, just because it represents Pokemon. Alright, next one I have is the Quick Ball. first turn, it has a stupid high chance of catching a Pokemon. But the chance also lowers as the battle goes on. But there is also a Pokeball that does the opposite of this. It has a higher chance as time goes on. I just don't have that Pokeball. I'm not sure if they sold it or not. I just don't have it. I think this one's a cool designed one as well. The yellow and the blue looks really good. And I think Pokemon really outdid themselves when they designed this Pokeball. Alright, I think I got one more. Yeah, one more. Last one is an Ultra Ball. This Pokeball has one of the highest chances to catch a Pokemon. It's got a higher chance than a Great Ball and the Pokeball. This one is definitely the one that you want to stock up most on when you're playing the games, and in Pokemon Go as well. It has the highest chance to capture. I think it's a very simple looking Pokeball with the black and gold. It's simple looking. It looks cool. I don't think you can go wrong with this one. But that's it for the Pokeballs that I have. Pokemon is also doing pre-orders on a Metal Master Ball. And let me tell you, that thing looks amazing, and I am pre-ordering it. It is $110, and I think it's arguably probably not worth it, but I want it that bad. The whole Pokeball is metal, and the ring in the middle will glow. And it also has a sensor. Oh, that was nice. The ring in the middle will glow, 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 glow. It'll glow. And if you press the button, it'll do the capture lights as well. And it'll come with a display case and a display stand. And it ships out in mid-March. And so I'm probably placing my order on it either tonight or next week when I get paid again. But I am getting my hands on that Master Ball. I want it more than anything else. And so when that comes in, I'll do a video on that if you guys like.